Now, well, okay, that was. Now, 12 participants are there. We can't wait for the others. We shall start the session, shall we?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon to you all, and welcome back to the session. We have discussed a few general things about the textbooks and about the basic principles on which these textbooks and learning activities are designed. And we have seen how a story can be processed in the classroom. Today, I will discuss only the most practical things you need to process a certain lesson in the classroom. Okay. Now, the next one is a poem. Shall we go on with it?
Regular.
Okay. A poem. A poem is an very essential part of any textbook, any English textbook. Okay. A poem. So processing a poem also is a very important thing. We should have some basic ideas about how to process a poem. Do you feel in your classrooms a bit difficult processing a poem? Do you feel that? Because many teachers feel a bit not so comfortable in processing a poem. Okay, before processing a poem, we should have some basic ideas. What is a poem? Okay, poem is not something that gives you a specific meaning or a few specific ideas. For each and every reader, a poem may mean different. And for the same reader as well, in each reading, the poem or the ideas or the thoughts that the poem generates may be different. Okay, new ideas will be there when you go for a second reading or a third reading or a fourth reading. So that is the basic nature of a poem. Okay, so a few basic things you should make the learner aware. Okay, when you process a poem, a few basic thinkings are to be generated. What are the basic things? For example, who is the speaker? Okay, who is the speaker in the poem? That is one basic question you can ask. That this is part of your interaction, part of your teacher talk. Yeah. Who is the speaker? Next, what circumstances gave rise to this poem? What is the background of the poem? Okay, what is the background of the poem? What is the situation presented in the poem? What is the situation presented in the poem? And who is the poem addressed to? Okay, who is the listener of the poem? Who is the audience? What is the tone? What is the tone? Is it a happy tone, a sad tone, melancholic tone, a tone of excitement, a tone of anxiety, anger, okay, protest, or resistance? All these are what human nature. So what is the tone of the poem? Is it happy, sad, melancholic, or exciting? Or what is the poem what catching you by surprise, is shocking? All these are what possible tones of the poem. What form, if any, does the poem take? Sometimes a poem has a particular form. For example, poem in the form of a story. Okay, poem in the form of a story. You have seen in the first unit what the owl and uh, in the first unit you have a what you had a poem that is a narrative poem. Okay, owl and the pussycat, that's a narrative poem, that because that tells you a story. Sometimes a poem may be a ballad. Ballad means heroic stories, heroic story, വീരഗാഥകൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ബാലഡ്സ് ആയിരിക്കാം. Sometimes it may be love poems, romantic poems. Sometimes it may be nature poems. So many different forms a poem may have. Lyrical, for example. That means a poem may just feel like a song. So if there is a, but you remember, there need not be always a form. If there is a form, there is a form. What form does the poem take? Now, another thing is that are the sounds in the poem, sounds, the sounds in the words, are they important? Are they giving any musical element to the, or are they giving any rhythm to the poem? You can ask. Okay, and it is for that matter that we are looking for rhyme schemes, alliterations, etc. And is the poem speaking about a particular culture, a particular way of life, or particular life situation at least? ഒരു പ്രത്യേക ജീവിത സാഹചര്യം, പ്രത്യേക സംസ്കാരം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അങ്ങനെ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഈ പോയം പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടോ? You can ask these, you can build up such an interaction with the learners. And what are the imageries? Sometimes a sixth standard learner may not easily understand the term imagery. You can ask them, what are the word pictures? What are the pictures you get? What are the sounds you hear? What are the feel you get on your skin? Okay, for a light breeze, what swept away the place. ഒരു ഇളം കാറ്റ് പിന്നെ ആ ഒരു പ്രദേശത്തെ എന്താണ് പ്രദേശത്തിലാകെ വീശി അടിച്ചു. അപ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു ടച്ച്, ഒരു ഫീൽ, they may feel. All these are images. If the learners feel a picture in their mind, that is visual image. If they hear a sound, if they can feel a sound with their ears, that is auditory image. If they feel a touch on their skin, that is what do you call tactile image. If they smell the smell of jasmine spread in the room, എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ we feel the smell of jasmine. So that is olfactory image. So different kinds of images are there. You can ask the learners, you can interact the learners like this, and You can also think about the figurative language used in the poem. Figurative language. For example, figures of speech, similes, metaphor, and personification, hyperbole. All these are figures of speech. You know what is a simile? Yes? I hope you know what is it. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was uh, just want to know you about it. You know about it. You need not what speak to the learners technically. You may speak to the learners in an experiential way. Try to give the learners the experience of comparison. Okay. In such a way, you can sensitize the learners about the figurative language. Okay. And of course, in the beginning itself, when you process a poem, you can interact on the title of the poem, because the title of the poem suggests something. Title of the poem suggests it may prompt the learners to guess some ideas. It may lead the learners to guess the theme of the poem. So you may interact on the title as well. See, in all these things, what do you see? Your interaction with the learners play a significant role, a very significant role in making the learners understand the poem or enjoy the poem in a better way. Okay, well, this is one of the challenges that you're going to face in the classroom. For example, it should be very difficult to frame interaction questions which will be understandable for all the learners. So, uh, very often you have to modify your questions in the most simplest way. And even then, sometimes a few learners may not be able to understand. Then what will you do? Then you can resort even to mother tongue. If the learner fails uh, with all the resorts, with all the modifications of your interaction, then you can go for what? Presenting your interaction in mother tongue. Of course, the learners will respond in mother tongue, but that is not enough. It is not mother tongue we are learning. We are learning English. So when they respond in mother tongue, you have a very important role there to megaphone what the learners responded in Malayalam in English. Okay. For example, uh, who are the characters in this poem? അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സ്റ്റോറി ചോദിക്കുന്നു. they answer അച്ഛനും മകനുമാണ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നു. Oh, father and son. So father and son are the characters. So this is what megaphoning. It is not a translation. It is you are what megaphoning or reflecting the ideas that the learners present. See, this is very important thing. So don't give up with your interactions. Even if it is in Malayalam, it is okay. That is as a last resort. Last resort, you can interact in Malayalam, no problem. But when the learners respond in Malayalam, don't try to take it as a mother tongue response, but it is very important that you megaphone the learners' ideas in English. Okay, these are the few things that you should remember when you interact. And these are, as I told you earlier, these are the few basic things that you can do before processing a poem. Okay, then you can invite the learners' attention to what the theme of the poem, the title of the poem, and then what will you do? Then you may ask the learners, this is the little, here the poem is Little Boy and the Old Man. It's a small poem. Okay. It's a small poem. Little Boy and the Old Man. Okay. From the picture, there is a picture there. You can build up an interaction with the learners on the picture. On one side, a little boy. On the other side, an old man. Okay, what will you interact? How will you interact? What question will you ask? What question will you ask on this picture? First of all, you may begin with a very simple question. What do you see in the picture? What do you see in the picture? What do you see in the picture? You may answer. You are my learners. Okay. What do you see in the picture?
Old man and old boy.
Old man, little boy. Only old man and little boy?
Little boy and old man.
Little boy and old man. That is the only thing that you see in the picture.
No.
No, what else?
Under a tree. Shade is.
There is a tree, and they are presented under a tree. And what is below there in black? In black.
It's roots.
Roots. That's the roots of the tree and roots of this people as well. Okay, little boy and the old man. Same roots, almost the same roots. Same roots of little boy and old man. Okay, so what do you guess about? What do you guess on what the poet tried to tell us about little boy and old man? What do you guess?
Same behavior.
Almost same behaviors. They are presented under the same tree. They are taking the same roots. That means they have many similarities. Okay, all of you know that old age is second childhood. Okay, second childhood. So there are some similarities. There are some similarities, you can say, and you can lead the learners to guess that thing through your interaction. Then ask the learners to read the poem individually, silently. Okay? Let them read the poem silently. And you may, after the learner's silent reading, you may lead an interaction. You may lead a teacher talk with the learners. For example, what did the little boy tell the old man in the beginning? Okay, you answer. What does the little boy?
Sometimes I drop my spoon. Sometimes I drop my spoon.
Yeah, okay. What does the little old man say?
I too.
I do that too.
Sometimes I do that sometimes.
Okay. Then what does the little boy whisper? Whisper.
I wet my pants.
I wet my pants. Okay.
Wet my pants.
Then how did the old man respond? How did the old man respond?
Laughed and saying the same. I do that too.
Okay, laughed and said, I do that too. Okay, then what did the little boy say again?
Often cry.
I often cry. Then how did the old man respond?
I also do that.
He
It is not
nodded. Nodded.
nodded. I also do.
I also.
Right. See, you can do all these gestures in the classroom when you interact. Okay, okay. I also, so I, no, I also do. So I do. Okay. So do I. So do I. That is the exact word here. Then what does the boy say?
Grown-ups are not giving attention to him.
Okay. First of all, said the boy, it seems grown-ups don't pay attention to me. And what the response of the old man?
Don't worry, child.
Okay.
I know your feelings.
Okay. And he felt the warmth of a wrinkled old hand, right? I know what you mean.
Yes,
Okay.
they know.
Okay, I know what you mean. So there, they can understand each other. A little man and a little boy and old man can understand. After the interaction, you may read aloud the poem. You may read aloud the poem with proper tone variation, as I have done right now. Natural tone variation. For example, when you present this line, I do that too, laugh the little old man. Do like this. I do that too. Okay, right? It is in such a way, this is, see, you can sometimes, when you present the poem, you can do in a better way. Okay. So read the poem aloud and then go for revisiting the poem. After this, you can try a video. Did you watch any video on this? Did you watch any video of this poem?
No, sir.
Okay, I will show you. I will show you. Okay, this only after processing the poem, you need to show this video. See this video.
Right. You have my grandfather, okay? Right. Said the little boy. Sometimes I drop my spoon, said the old man. I do that too. The little boy whispered. I wipe my hands. I do that too. Laughed the little old man. Said the little boy. I often cry. The old man nodded. So do I. But worst of all, said the boy, seems that grown-ups don't pay attention to me. And he felt the warmth of an old wrinkled hand. I know what you mean, said the little old man.
Okay. So this is the video of this. This is a video version of this poem. Okay. And when the boy say grown-ups, does he mean the old man?
No, something.
No. He doesn't mean
His
the old
parents.
man. His parents. That is what grown-up, not the old man. The same feeling the old man also had. Okay, we know what happens to the old people these days, right? We know that, and you can also sensitize the learners about the present situation, present experiences of the old men. Okay, so these are the things that this poem generates. These are the thoughts that the poem generates. Now you may go to the activities. Let us revisit the poem, and few questions are there, and let the learners present the situation well. Let the learners answer the question after revisiting the poem. Now, two more activities are there. What activity one that this also you may present this activity properly presenting the context. And your another activity is there. The poem is the learners can be asked to present the poem in the form of a dialogue. Okay. Do you find any other possibility in the classroom? For a better understanding of this poem?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
They can act like a boy and old man.
Okay, they can role play a little boy and the old man. Okay, role play the little man and old man. Okay, they can make a script like this and let them role play. So these are possible activities. Now let us go to the next piece of writing in this. Next also is a story. Making a mango pickle. Making a mango pickle. This is actually this story is for an extended reading. Okay, this story is for an extended reading. Still, it is better that you process that in this class properly. This is a story written by Vibhuti Bandyopadhyay, great Bengali writer. Okay, you may draw the learner's attention to the author first. Author. To the writer first. You may draw the attention of the learners to the writer first, Vibhuti Bandyopadhyay, and let them read the profile, and you may build up a short interaction on the profile. Okay, this is only introducing the writer. Introducing the writer. Okay. Now, നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം വായന ദിനം ഇന്നലെ തുടങ്ങി വായനാ വാരം ആണ് ഇപ്പോൾ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ വായനാ വാരത്തില് വായന നമുക്ക് പിന്നെ എഴുതുന്നവരാണ് അല്ലെ. Writers are the people, right, community who gift us with great pieces of writing for us to read. So writers are always to be respected properly, and writers are always to be understood properly. And you as a teacher are the ones who can build up a culture in the learners to know writers, respect writers, and accept writers. Okay, so that is important. Now, making a mango pickle is the story of two, and you can, first of all, making a mango pickle. This is the title. You can have an interaction on the title, making a mango pickle. Oh, okay. What's this story? The story about? Okay, what could be the story about it? You answer. What could be the story about?
Let me.
That means using vinegar and all other
Maybe any
ingredients and all.
story behind that, or they are trying to do so, or any experience like that. Don't know.
Okay,
Didn't read
they
it.
maybe. No. Okay, you don't know. Maybe they are trying to these little children trying to make mango pickle. Okay, do you have any childhood experience of making mango pickle? Mango pickle in the sense just eating mango with what with green chili or red chili and salt.
Salt and red chili.
Yes.
Okay, where do you do it? At home or what outside the home under the mango tree and all?
Yeah, I play.
Yes, with friends.
That is when you play with friends in the mango grove. Play.
Sometimes on the way to school also.
On the way to school as well. So this is a beautiful childhood memory, right?
Yeah.
That is it. So when you look at this, there is a girl and a boy. Who could be that?
Brother and sister.
Brother and sister. Okay. And they are Bengali. This is written by a Bengali writer, so that their attire, the dress is in Bengali. Okay. So maybe that could be the theme of the poem. Okay, this is guessing about the story. This is like this, you can lead the learners to the story, the theme of the story. Okay. Then, as I told you, divide the paragraph, cut the paragraph in meaningful chunks. That means meaningful parts. Okay. Cut the paragraphs in meaningful parts, and then ask the learners to read that part silently. Okay. Ask them to refer to the glossary whenever they need it, or if not glossary, let them refer to a dictionary. Okay. And ask the learners, you are doing online classes, and this year, I think that this year we won't be able to go to school and do what live classes. I don't think so. So that when you do online classes, you have to adopt some online strategies as well. Ask the learners to keep a dictionary with them when you take the class. Okay. And let them refer to the dictionary when they read the assigned paragraphs. Okay. After a reader, and you can also attempt a loud reading of the learners. How will you try? Now, it is not possible for all the learners. If you have 40 learners, it is not possible for all the learners to switch on their mic and read aloud. And that will be what a lot of noise, nothing will be heard. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is it. Then you can do one thing. Not in the beginning itself. Loud reading is the next process. After their silent individual reading, and after your loud reading, you may ask the learners to read what that paragraph loudly allows. And you need not ask them to read everything aloud, a few selected paragraphs aloud. How will you do that? You ask the learners to call their parents to their side. Okay, they are at home. If somebody is free at home, just call for 1 minute. That's all. Call for 1 minute, and let them come, and then ask the learner to read it out, switching off the mic, so that these reading can be heard by the parents. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can use this technique. So you are doing online classes. In online classes, you have to adopt such different strategies. to deal with the learners and to make the learners active. Okay, so divide the story into meaningful paragraphs, ask the learners to read individually, and then you interact with the learners. And this is for two things: to ensure comprehension of the learners. Another thing is to ensure reading of the learners, to ensure that the learners have read those 2-3 paragraphs at home. Okay, after that, only you read your loud reading. And that reading is a scaffolded reading. We call it scaffolded reading. That means you are scaffolding the learners. Okay, the learners will find evidences of what their wrong articulations. Okay, from your reading, they may find the right articulation, okay, the right pauses, and they may understand where to stop properly. So your loud reading is a scaffolded reading. Okay, so continue that process till the end of the lesson. And when each pictures come like that, interact with each pictures. Okay. Now, when you read the story, you will understand that, okay, these children are making mango pickle on their own, outside. Okay. Picking some mango from the mango tree, and they are just loitering outside, and they are trying to get some chili powder and all from the kitchen, and they are eating the mango pickle outside. Okay, secretly, without their mother knowing. Mother sometimes comes to know. You may read it. You can read it and you will understand. Mother comes to know it, and okay, scolds very with love these children. Okay. Now what we see is, what is to be highlighted here is the close bond between this brother and sister. Okay, it is a close relationship of brother and sister. What is highlighted in the story. Okay, very close relation, and it is such relations, such human relations that we should cherish in our life. This is somewhat the message that this story gives us. Okay, and after that, as I told you, you can go to the activities, and there is one project work in this section. Project work. Okay, the project work is the story revolves around a poor Bengali Brahmin family in the early year of 20th century. The father, Harihar, is a priest who is unable to make both ends meet. Okay, the mother, Sarbojaya, has the chief responsibility of raising her mischievous daughter, Durga, and carrying Indra, a distant aunt of Harihar. With the arrival of Apu in the family, dramatic moments happen in their daily life. See, this story actually is the story of this story എന്താണെന്ന് അറിയാമോ? This is the story on which, okay, this is the story on which the great Indian film Pather Panjali is made. The story, the characters in the story, the boy and the girl, are Apu and Durga. Have you watched Pather Panjali? Pather Panjali?
Yeah,
ആരെയും
sir.
കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ?
When I was in 10th standard, I watched, but
അതാ അപ്പൊ ഇത് ഓർമ്മയില്ലേ, ഇതാണ് അപ്പു ആൻഡ് ദുർഗയാണ് ഈ സ്റ്റോറി. ആരെങ്കിലും പറയുന്ന ശേഷം അപ്പോ പിന്നെ അപ്പു ആൻഡ് ദുർഗ തമ്മിൽ രണ്ട് കഥാപാത്രമാണ്. അവരുടെ ഒരു പിന്നെ ചെറിയൊരു എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ആണ് ഇവിടെ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്തത്. ഓക്കെ, ഈ വിഭൂതിഭൂഷൺ ബന്ദോപാധ്യായയുടെ നോവലാണ് സത്യജിത് റായ് ഈ പഥേർ പാഞ്ചാലി എന്ന സിനിമയാക്കിയത്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ അതിനെക്കുറിച്ചാണ് ഇനി പഥേർ പാഞ്ചാലി വാച്ച് ചെയ്യാനാണ് പറയുന്നത്. വാച്ച് പഥേർ പാഞ്ചാലി. Okay, and express your views in the space given. Few questions are given. What is the main theme of the film? Who are the other characters you see in the film who are not in the text? ഇതിൽ ഇല്ലാത്ത ഏതൊക്കെ characters ആണുള്ളത്? Which scene in this film attracts you the most? Why? Identify a funny incident in the film. Mention the most tragic event in the film. So, ഇത് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് മാത്രം കാര്യമില്ല. Let them watch Pather Panchali. There are other characters as well. There is a grandmother who is a wonderful character. Okay, she also is a wonderful character, and how these old people are treated, as you said, as the little boy, an old man in that poem is mentioned. All that is seen also in this film. Okay. Now, after watching the film, the learners are asked to write an appreciation of the film. Okay. Appreciation of the film. As children are at home, you cannot do much on this because you can't show the film online. It will take a long time. So that let the learners see the film at home and write an appreciation note. Okay, that's all. Now, in the online classes, there is only limited possibility of dealing with a film, whole film. You can only deal with short videos. Now, the assessment part. This is the self-assessment part that you can. What I can do with there are 3 levels of understanding given, and the learners may go through what certain indicators and let them mark what they can do well, what they can do with the help of others, where do the learners need improvement. Let them do it on their own. Okay, assessment I took. I don't know whether I have told you. Assessment is an integral part of each and every learning stages, each and every learning processes. Okay. Okay. During the interaction, during the reading process, during the learners reading process, everywhere, and during group work, and during presentation of the learners, everywhere there is a slot for assessment. Okay, when you write teaching manual as well, you will have 2 columns, process or activities. The second column is assessment. Okay, in all the activities and processes, there is a point of assessment. There are 3 kinds of assessments: assessment of learning, assessment for learning, assessment as learning. Okay, you need not worry about that. Just remember, everywhere there is assessment, and there should be opportunities for the learners for self-assessment. This page is for self-assessment. Okay, and now there is a teacher page given here. Okay, what I have told you, I'm not going through all these things. What I have told you earlier are written here. How to process the texts, how to read the picture, Everything is written in detail. And also assessment of reading also is mentioned there. The classroom language needed for teacher talk. Suggestions are given. As I told you, you go through that page. Classroom. Can you see that? Teacher page.
Yes, sir. Yes.
This is what I told you about processing the text. What I told you about teacher talk are given in these pages. Okay, and how to deal with language activities, and theater games also are given. That also is given in detail here. Okay, and creative drama. That is classroom activity. At present, that is not possible anyway. How to incorporate creative drama, developing scripts, and assigning roles and performing in the classroom. Okay, how to do all these things, how to do learner assessment, that also is given in detail, and how to use information technology. That is what we are doing. I'm sharing a lot of videos with you. You can use those videos also. You also can use those videos in your online classes. Visuals in the form of images also can be used. Okay. I hope you get it.
Yes, sir.
This teacher page is what page is a detailed description of what I have explained to you, what I have said. Okay. Now there is one more unit left. That is why I'm hurrying. Okay. Second unit, we shall discuss quickly. Still we rise. Okay. Still we rise is the title of the unit. Still we rise. So in the beginning, there is a picture given. What is that picture? What is the picture? What do you see in the picture?
One man is in bed and another girl is sitting there.
One man is. One man is
lying in bed.
I'm asking about the picture in page number 38.
Still we.
Still we rise.
Okay, sir. There is a house and one parrot cage. I think parrot is flying there.
Parrot is flying away. Where
And
is this?
cage. We can see.
Okay, where is this parrot flying away from?
From the cage.
From the cage.
Cage to sky.
Cage to sky. Okay. Till now, it was shut up in a cage. But the door of the cage is open. Now it is flying into the free sky. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what does it mean? What does it mean?
It
What is
shows
it?
freedom.
Freedom. Okay.
To be free from all.
Free from all entanglements, right? Free from all restrictions, right? Unwanted restrictions, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Who do you think is meant here?
Women.
Women, yes, women. That is because there is a issue, there is a burning issue almost all over the world, right? Women are facing a lot of challenges in their life. Okay. They are losing their freedom very much compared to men, right?
Yes, sir.
Very often women are subjected to restrictions and oppression, right? Lack of freedom, right? Lack of considerations. Am I right? Lack of concern. Okay. So these things happen. So that is it. The theme of this unit is women empowerment. Okay. Women empowerment. When you say women empowerment, you will have to discuss all the challenges that women faces also. Okay. That will automatically come in. Women empowerment. Women empowerment cannot happen without discussing the problems they face, right?
Yes, sir.
Both are complementary. Both come together. Both you can discuss in the class and enter the unit. Okay. Here there are 3 writings. One is a story, Cinderella. You might have heard about Cinderella. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Cinderella. The next one is a speech by Malala Yousafzai. Malala Yousafzai, you know. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But the learners are to be well sensitized and introduced very well. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Malala Yousafzai. One child, one teacher, one pen, and one book can change the world. This is a speech Malala Yousafzai made in the United Nations. Okay. And the poem, Woman Work, that is by Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou, you know, is a great American poetess, actress, singer. Okay, great poetess. And she was perhaps the only poetess who presented her poem during the swearing in ceremony of the American president Bill Clinton at that time. Okay. Now the learning objectives are given. Learning objectives, learning outcomes. Learning outcomes are given. Interact in English in various situations. As I told you, that is what teacher taught. Analyze a newspaper report. A newspaper report is given. And read and appreciate a story. See, these learning outcomes are recurring learning outcomes in other units as well. ഈ ലേണിംഗ് ഔട്ട്കംസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഒരു യൂണിറ്റിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിലും മറ്റ് യൂണിറ്റുകളിലും റെക്കർ ചെയ്ത് വരുന്നതാണ്. അപ്പൊ ഇതിൽ തന്നെ അച്ചീവ് ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് വാശി പിടിക്കേണ്ട കാര്യമൊന്നുമില്ല. ഇത് നമ്മൾ ഈ യൂണിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ, യൂണിറ്റ് പ്രോസസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ, ഈ യൂണിറ്റ് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്ത് അച്ചീവ്മെന്റ് ആണ് ഉണ്ടായിത്തീരേണ്ടത് എന്ന ഒരു ഗോൾ സെറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്. ആ ഗോൾ കംപ്ലീറ്റ്ലി അച്ചീവ് ചെയ്യണമെന്നില്ല, പക്ഷെ ഗോൾ സെറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം. ഓക്കെ, എങ്കിൽ മാത്രമേ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുന്ന ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസിന് എന്താണ് ഒരു ദിശാബോധം ഉണ്ടാവും. അതാണ്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ ഇതൊക്കെയാണ് ലേണിംഗ് ഔട്ട്കംസ്. ഇതൊക്കെ വായിച്ചാൽ മനസ്സിലാവുന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ. There is a newspaper, and if you can find some women empowerment videos from the YouTube. Can you do that?
Okay, sir.
Okay, you may present a video, a proper video for a suitable video to enter the unit. And then you may ask the learners to read the newspaper. And this is what an issue. A 10-year-old girl dies of torture by stepmother. Stepmother, you know. Okay. So these kinds of news items appear very often in our dailies. Okay. You can even resort to present the news items recently has come in our newspapers. അടുത്ത കാലത്ത് വന്ന വാർത്തകൾ തന്നെയും കുട്ടികളുടെ മുമ്പിൽ വെക്കാം. ഓക്കെ, വർത്തമാന കാലത്തിലെ വാർത്തകൾ തന്നെ കുട്ടികൾക്ക് പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യാം. കുട്ടികൾ ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ബോധവാന്മാരാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഏറ്റവും അടുത്ത പത്രങ്ങളിൽ വന്ന വാർത്തകൾ തന്നെ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ആ ന്യൂസിന് മേലെ യു മേ build up an interaction. Then come to the story Cinderella. Cinderella, you know, this story is a famous story, and this is a story which almost all children's generations in the world have read. കുട്ടികളുടെ എല്ലാ തലമുറകളും ഒരുപക്ഷെ വായിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള കഥകളിൽ ഒന്നാണ് ഈ സിൻഡ്രല്ല, അല്ലേ?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the story, as I told you, now before entering the story, because this is a very famous story, before starting the story, you can just present a brief trailer of the film Cinderella. Have you watched it, or I will show you? Shall I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you just watch this video of Cinderella, a short video of, it is not what a complete video, just a trailer of the cinema.
I'm lazy. Oh, I think nothing. I'll wait.
I wanted to say, Your Majesty, your son Kate is the most lovely person I ever met. So good and brave. I hope you know how much he loves you. Excuse me.
Captain, my horse.
Oh, there's maybe some intrigue to lure you from the palace. Your father needs you here. Captain!
I was having a fine old time. You had to go and choose that one, didn't you? Yes, I did.
Okay. You watched it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Is the full complete story of Cinderella in that video?
No, sir.
No, it is only part of it. Okay. It's only part. Now, this video you can show the learners before you start processing the lesson. See, when you present a video, you should be very much aware where to present the video. What is the objective of presenting the video? You should know that. So before that, because you may now interact with the learners on this video. Who is the main character in the video? You can ask. Who is she? Sometimes some learners, some children might have read Cinderella. ചില കുട്ടികളൊക്കെ വായിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും ഇപ്പൊ തന്നെ ചിലപ്പോ. പിന്നെ ചിലർ പറയും, ചിലർ പറയില്ല. Who could be that? And you may ask, is she a princess? Is she an ordinary woman? ചോദിക്കാം. Is she a princess? Ordinary woman അല്ല എന്ന് തന്നെയേ പറയുള്ളൂ. Then what happens to her? Why does she run out of that palace? That is a palace. Why does she run out of that palace? You may ask. Who is banging the bell, ringing the bell? What happens to her and her carriage when the bell strikes 12? All these interactions you can make. After that, you may ask the learner, do you want to know the complete story of this Cinderella? Cinderella is a girl like you. You may introduce. നിങ്ങളെപ്പോലെ ഒരു കുട്ടിയാണ് സിൻഡ്രല്ല. അത് നിങ്ങളൊക്കെ കുറച്ചുകൂടി മുതിർന്ന ഒരു കുട്ടിയായിരുന്നു സിൻഡ്രല്ല. Do you want to know the story of Cinderella? Let us read. Let us go through the story. അങ്ങനെ വേണം introduce ചെയ്യാൻ. After that, you, as I told you, processing of the reading text is the same. You divide the story into meaningful paragraphs, meaningful sets of paragraphs, 2 or 3 paragraphs. Then pause at a relevant part, and then ask the learners to read individually, and then you make your interaction. After the interaction, you read aloud and supplement, scaffold with your ideas. Supplement with your ideas about that part, and then you may ask the learners to read that part aloud at home. Okay. Then you may ask the learners to go through the activity as well. And there are a few questions in the margin, and these are also interaction questions. Ask the learners to answer these questions in their notebook, and this is their portfolio. Okay. And now presenting them discourse tasks. Okay. At relevant points, you may ask the learners to develop discourse. For example, Cinderella. Cinderella was the daughter of it's a rich girl actually. Okay. And she lived in a very happy family, and okay. A rich man ആയിരുന്നു പിന്നെ Cinderella's father, but one day his wife, Cinderella's mother, fell sick, and Cinderella's mother called Cinderella near, and there was a conversation. What could be what could be the conversation between Cinderella and mother? Cinderella mother എന്നുള്ള conversation എന്തായിരിക്കും? അങ്ങനെ you find what relevant context for developing differing discourses. And a few discourses are developed in the textbook itself. For example, after reading about, let them revisit the story, and after that, a few activities. The first activity is what Cinderella begged her stepmother to allow her to attend the ball. Okay. When you read the story, you will understand. I'm not discussing the story because for want of time. Cinderella wanted to participate in the ball conducted by the prince. Okay. But her stepmother did not allow her to go. She ridiculed her. Okay. Then teased her by saying, "What? You're going to the ball with a dirty dress and all?" And at that time, she was very sad. Cinderella was very sad. What could be the thoughts of Cinderella? Let them write. The thoughts of Cinderella. This is one activity. Another activity is to a skit developed on the story. The presentation, the context of the skit is given there, and let them develop skits. Script for a skit, not a skit, script for a skit. This all the individual learners can do. Script for the skit. Okay. Present the context and divide. There are different events divided, and fix the characters and fix the dialogues of the characters, and then give proper stage directions. For example, curtain rises, a well-decorated room of Cinderella, etc. is given, and after that, write the dialogues. Then next one is an announcement. So different discourses are given, and these discourses are to be written by the learners individually. Okay, if it is in the classroom, after individual writing, they are to share their individual writing in groups. Okay. And after sharing their individual writing in groups, let them better the skits all together. അതിൽ എല്ലാവരും ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ ചേർന്ന് അവതരിപ്പിച്ചിട്ട് ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ ഒരു നല്ല സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റ്, എല്ലാവരും എഴുതിയതിനേക്കാൾ നല്ല സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റ് തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റ് തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കാം. എന്നിട്ട് ആ സ്കിറ്റ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ തോട്ട്സ് ഏത് ഡിസ്കോഴ്സ് ആണോ അത് പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യുക. അത് പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ യു ക്യാൻ ഗോ ഫോർ എൻ എഡിറ്റിംഗ്, ഹോൾ ക്ലാസ് എഡിറ്റിംഗ്. അതിപ്പോൾ നടക്കില്ല, ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഓൺലൈൻ. എഡിറ്റിംഗ് പ്രോസസ് നടത്തുക. എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് നിങ്ങൾ എഡിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക? വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദി എഡിറ്റിംഗ് പ്രോസസ്? എഡിറ്റിംഗ് പ്രോസസ് എന്താണ്?
Spelling mistake?
നോ,
Grammar?
നോ, അങ്ങനെയല്ല. എഡിറ്റിംഗ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് there are 3 levels of editing. Okay. Sentence level editing, word level editing, graphic level editing. Okay. Sentence level editing, first of all, 4 levels actually. Discourse level editing. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു തോട്ട്സ് ആണെങ്കിൽ എല്ലാ ഐഡിയ, ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ ഒരു തോട്ട്സ് ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പിന്റെ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് തിരഞ്ഞെടുത്തിട്ട് ഡിസ്പ്ലേ ദാറ്റ് പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് in the classroom, and then elicit from the learners, do you want to add more ideas to it? Okay. And accept the suggestions of the learners. After that, take sentence by sentence. Do you want to make any changes in this sentence? For example, do you find any missing words? Do you find any excess words? Okay. Do you find any excess words? Do you want to change the order of words in sentence? ഇതാണ് എഡിറ്റിംഗ് പ്രോസസ്. അതായത് ഈ സെന്റൻസിൽ കുറച്ച് കൂടുതൽ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ളതാണ്, പക്ഷേ വി ഡോണ്ട് ഹാവ് ടൈം. ഈ സെന്റൻസിൽ 3 ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാം. ഇത് ബേസിക് ആണ് പറയുന്നത്. ഇപ്പൊ വേറെ കുറെ എഡിറ്റിംഗ് ഉണ്ട്. ബേസിക് ആയിട്ട് ഈ 3 കാര്യങ്ങൾ കുട്ടികളെ ചോദിക്കാം. എക്സസ് വേർഡ്സ് ഉണ്ടോ? ആവശ്യമില്ലാത്ത വാക്കുകൾ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടോ? ഇനിയല്ല പിന്നെ മിസ്സിംഗ് വേർഡ്സ് വല്ലതുണ്ടോ? ഏതെങ്കിലും വേർഡ്സ് ഉള്ളത് എഴുതാത്തതുണ്ടോ? അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഈ വേർഡ് ഓർഡറിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും മാറ്റം വരുത്തണം. ഹോൾ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ചോദിക്കുകയും elicit the suggestions from the learners. Okay, sometimes the learners may not suggest at all any right words or any right order. Okay, you just leave it there. അതവിടെ വിടുക. Now after sentence level editing, you go for word level editing. വേർഡ്സിൽ ഇപ്പൊ പല മിസ്റ്റേക്സ് ഉണ്ടാവും. ഓക്കെ, ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ മിസ്റ്റേക്സ് ഇൻ ടെൻസസ്, മിസ്റ്റേക്സ് ഇൻ സഫിക്സ്, എഫിക്സസ്. ഓക്കെ, അങ്ങനെയുള്ള കുറെ മിസ്റ്റേക്സ് ഉണ്ടാവാം. Then you may ask, do you want to change this word? Ask the learners, do you want to change this word? ആരും ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല, ഏതെങ്കിലും വാക്കിലുള്ള മിസ്റ്റേക്സ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ആരും ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല എന്നാണെങ്കിൽ you can tell them, you can suggest, okay, let me tell which is better, this or that. Okay, for example, you want to change the word looked into look. Okay, looked, you want to change the word looked in a sentence. Okay, okay, then you ask, look, you want to change the word look into look. എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുക, ഇത് സാങ്കല്പികമാണ്. Then you can suggest which is better, looked or look എന്ന് സജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. ഇനി ഇങ്ങനെ വേർഡ്സ് ഏതെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് പിന്നെ ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യാം. നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ ഈസ് ഗ്രാഫിക് ലെവൽ എഡിറ്റിംഗ്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് വാട്ട് സ്പെല്ലിംഗ്. Okay, graphic level editing. When there is a spelling mistake, you just, this is the last point of editing. ഇതാണ് ലാസ്റ്റ് പോയിന്റ്. ആദ്യം ഇതല്ല കറക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഇത് ലീസ്റ്റ് മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് ആണ്, ഏറ്റവും ചെറിയ മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് ആണ് സ്പെല്ലിംഗ് മിസ്റ്റേക്ക്. അത് ഗ്രാഫിക് എറർ ആണ്. അത് അവർക്ക് കൂടുതൽ എവിഡൻസ് കിട്ടാത്തത് കൊണ്ടാണ്. സോ ദാറ്റ് ഗ്രാഫിക് എറേഴ്സ് ആർ ടു ബി കറക്റ്റഡ് in a different way, not a corrected, they are to be sensitized to the learners. The learners ne adinte error endana sensitize cheyana. Appo graphic errors correct cheyan, there is no way but to refer to a dictionary or glossary. Odil glossary allegil dictionary refer cheya ennallade graphic error correct cheyan there are shortcut onnilla. Okay, let them look at the dictionary. Okay, then only they themselves can correct. Okay, so these are the basic things about editing. Okay, that's all we can tell about editing. And a few more details are to be discussed, but for want of time, I am just leaving that. Okay. Now, next is woman work. Woman work. Okay, this is a poem written by what? Maya Angelou, the American poetess. Now, this actually this poem. See, how do you process this poem? That is the question. നമുക്കറിയാനല്ലോ ലേണേഴ്സിന് എങ്ങനെ. വുമൺ വർക്ക്, ആസ് ഐ ടോൾഡ് യു, you build up an interaction. Woman work. How do the women work in your houses? You may ask a question. What are the works the women do in your houses? It's a very meaningful question. Am I right? ശരിയാണോ? ആ, ഓക്കെ. നിങ്ങൾ ആരെങ്കിലും അടുത്തിടെ ഗ്രേറ്റ് ഇന്ത്യൻ കിച്ചൺ എന്ന സിനിമ കണ്ടിരുന്നോ? ആ, മതിയല്ലോ. അപ്പൊ കാര്യങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാവുമല്ലോ, കുറയല്ലോ അല്ലേ?
Sure.
അതിപ്പോ കുട്ടികളെ ഇപ്പം അതിലെ ആ സിനിമ ഈ ലെവലിലെ കുട്ടികളെ ഇപ്പം കാണിക്കാൻ സ്യൂട്ടബിൾ അല്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാം. അപ്പോ വുമൺ വർക്ക് എന്നുള്ളത് ഇപ്പോ വളരെയധികം എന്താണ് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു കാലമാണ്. ബിക്കോസ് എസ്പെഷ്യലി ഇൻ ദ പീരിയഡ് ഓഫ് പാൻഡമിക്, ഓക്കെ, everybody is at home and the atmosphere at home are changing. There is a lot of changes taking place in the home atmosphere. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
ശരിയാണോ?
Yes, sir.
Remember, അത് കുട്ടികൾക്ക് കൂടി ബാധകമാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് you can sensitize this change. What are the changes that has happened during this pandemic period? Who do take up the whole household work? Do men take the household works in this period? What is your experience? What is your experience? What do you?
They are also helping.
They are also helping.
Self-experience, they are also helping.
They are also helping. Okay, good. Okay, I too do that. Okay, because we are living in such a period. Not only that, it is not because of the period, but this period has made open the eyes of many people. ഈ ഒരു പാൻഡമിക് പീരീഡ് ഒരുപാട് ആളുകൾ കണ്ണുകൾ തുറപ്പിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്, ഇല്ലേ? ശരിയല്ലേ?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
all these things you can sensitize the learners properly, and then, as I told you, what this poem also is presenting what the household chores, the heavy household chores, what the women do. Okay. At home. Okay, so this problematizes the women's works or the challenges that women faces at home. This is what the processing of the poem, as I told you, is in the same way we have done with the previous poem. Okay, now revisiting the poem, a few questions are given there, and then a few other poems also are, lines from other poems also are there for you to compare. A few such activities are given. Activities, you can read the activities and present the activities properly with proper interaction, and let the learners do these activities at home. The last one is one child, one teacher, one pen, one book can change the world. This is a speech of Malala Yousafzai. Okay, speech is a different discourse. Okay, speech is a discourse delivered by a person to an audience live. Okay, live ആയിട്ട് ഒരു ഓഡിയൻസിന്റെ മുമ്പിൽ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ഡിസ്കോഴ്സ് ആണ് സ്പീച്ച് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. You know that. Okay, so that the feature of this discourse is different. So that before entering this speech, enter ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് മുമ്പേ, you can show a video of Malala Yousafzai. It's herself delivering a speech, a short video of Malala Yousafzai. How does she deliver the speech? Shall we watch it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
One minute.
The politicians and the world leaders. Education is one of the blessings of life and one of its necessities. Dear sisters and brothers, Dear fellow children, we must work, not wait. Not just the politicians and the world leaders. We all need to contribute. Me, you, we. It is our duty. We realize the importance of light when we see darkness. We realize the importance of our voice when we are silenced. In the same way, when we were in Swat, the north of Pakistan, we realized the importance of pens and books when we saw the guns. Why is it that countries which we call strong are so powerful in creating wars but are so weak in bringing peace? Why is it? Why is it that giving guns is so easy, but giving books is so hard? Why is it? Why is it that making tanks is so easy, but building schools is so hard? One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Education is the only solution. Education first. Thank you.
You watched it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And that's the combination of two speeches. Very important. A few part taken from two speeches. The first one is from the speech she made while accepting the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014. The second one is that a speech she made delivered in the United Nations. That here we have this the text of the speech she delivered in the UN. Okay, one child, one teacher, one pen, one book can change the world is the title of the speech. Okay, now you may ask the learners, who do you see in the video? They will answer. And you may ask one more thing. Which is the question she repeatedly asked? Which is the question? Which is the question Malala is repeatedly asking? Didn't you watch it? You didn't watch. You did watch the video. Which is the question? One question she is repeating. Don't you remember? Why is it? Remember? You remember? Do you get it? Why? Okay. Why is it? This is the question all of us should ask. Why is it? So, learners also should be encouraged to ask why. Why do you do all these things? Why do you increase the? Okay, right. Yes, sir. I'm winding up right now. Why do you increase the price of petrol, etc., etc.? All these questions are to be raised. Here, the processing of the speech also is the same as processing of the other texts. Give them in meaningful chunks and let them read individually and interact and then respond. Okay. Now, self-assessment also is given. So that is the end of the unit. Okay. So that is it. It is time. It is. I have taken a lot of time. right now, and but I was trying to explain in detail what the different aspects of doing the learning activities in the classes. I hope this is useful for you. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for
sir.
your
Thank you,
valuable
sir.
tips.
Okay, thank you. I'm signing off.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All of you are welcome.